It's quite the paradigm right now. I feel like with the release of Chaos Reigns, it's proved that the developers working on Mortal Kombat 1 are truly refreshed, but then also you have all this speculation about the next NRS game, and Ed Boon did clear it up saying that they know what the next game will be, but it hasn't been being worked on for the last 3 years. But today is all about the new content, and in Chaos Reigns, every single character on the roster got brand new brutals. Sadly, I can't do a main character version of this video yet because they're all locked behind the seasonal credits, which take much longer to earn. But the cameo ones are in the shrine, and I was sitting on like 90,000 coins, and I owned everything else from the previous seasons. So I have every single new one unlocked for all of these characters. Today I'm going to be showing you all of them, but also I'm trying to do all of them in a cool combo. The reason I say trying is we're going to put these on a tier list just for fun, but there are some that are intended to not be comboed into. There are others I question the intention of the requirement. I feel like it just takes away fun. And then finally, there are some that are just straight up bugged, and we'll get to that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. I'll have a Noob Cybot video up later today. He's got to be one of the most fun characters in the game. The design is amazing. We're starting with Motaro because he's the only one with just a straight up throw brutal. This one is going in meh for me, and it's not even just because it can't be comboed into, it's because it's one of the most basic ones, and it was the only one that I had to go back and double check that I didn't just do a base game one. I don't know, just a little lackluster. I think in the future, all throw brutals should just be in the base game, and then everything else be really cool that comes out as a DLC. It's Mavado's trap this time, and this clip I'm showing you right now is just proving that even though the final hit was the trap, if the trap hits after the finish him screen, the trap will disappear before that, and if it's hit after another character's moves, it also doesn't seem to activate. I'm so on the fence about this one, whether to put it in broken or put it in good, because I think the animation is very solid. It's just it feels a little broken that it doesn't count in combos, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it in good because there are other examples we'll have here that are much more broken. Next up we have Cyrax, and Cyrax has a requirement that you need to be full screen for this new one to activate, but I wanted to play around with it first to see if I could find anything, and there might be routes that work that I didn't find, but as these clips show, even when I grab the opponent with Ermac's lift and try and back up as quickly as possible, it sucks because Ermac's backdash is so slow. The net either hits but nothing happens, or the net straight up whiffs. Also, weird fun fact about this map is when you're in this screen right here, there's something in the background that obstructs your view. I just think it's really funny.
Smoke wins.
I think animation-wise, it's average to a little bit below average, but truly I'm putting this in terrible requirements tier. You could see me using smoke in that clip because how cool would it be to end into the forward 1-2, 1+3 at the latter stages of a combo and then convert into net, because it would. Just a disappointment, man. What's the point? I feel like everybody wants to be able to do every brutal in a combo, so I don't know why you take that away. These next two have the requirement that you have to be jump distance away, and I actually did Janet Cage's first, and Janet Cage's is more disappointing.
Scorpion wins.
You can rack up 50% combos into that move. The two main issues you have when using Janet is as soon as the finish him screen hits, Janet will immediately run off screen. But second, it is a really tight window what's considered jump distance, and I'm not even sure if it can activate without just being on its own. I haven't got it to be able to. This one is going into requirements suck, but either way, it would probably be one of my least favorite. Kano Ball, I tried for a bit, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I kind of gave up. I'm just gonna show you requirements suck, man.
I expected more. Brutality. Scorpion wins.
You know what? Because there could possibly be a character that can get into perfect jump distance range and have it activate even though the other ones don't, I'm putting that one in good because I really like the animation of Kano rolling right back in for a second go at it. Khameleon's is not working at the moment. The first sign of trouble that you get is when you go to the move list, things are listed wrong. It says forward KAMEO button, even though Melina's ball roll is just KAMEO button. But I didn't know that at the time I was doing this combo right here. So you can kind of imagine what a brutal would look like right here. If Melina's worked, this would be one of the best ones in the entire game. It just doesn't, and I don't know why. I started by trying it with the air size because it does say forward KAMEO button, and that didn't seem to work. I tried hitting with ball roll by itself from long range. I tried from medium range. I tried right up in the opponent's face, and nothing works. So Khameleon is going in broken tier for the time being, but once this one works, it'll probably be bumped up to insane or at least good. Ferra's had me so hyped because it looks to be a harakiri when you first look at it, because pain and gain doesn't do damage to the opponent. It's only self-inflicted damage, and the only real requirement is being within sweep range. It was a little confusing because it says not only do you activate pain and gain, you also throw Ferra off your back, but this one just won't activate. I've checked Twitter, I've checked Reddit, I spent about an hour trying to do everything possible, and this guy's tweet sums it up. It just sucks wasting all that time. I'm wondering if Ferra's pain and gain at some point in development, when it split off from animation and gameplay, Ferra, when pain and gain was activated, had an area of effect damage. The other possibility of why it's bugged is if you look at the hit damage for Tor Stance Pain and Gain and then Tor Stance Cancel, it says 20, but you take no damage when Ferra hops off your back, and you don't take any more damage than the 5 and 10% when activating Pain and Gain. So I don't know, Ferra's doesn't work as well. I promise we're so close to the fun parts. We have to talk about Shujinko. Shujinko actually doesn't get any brutals in Mortal Kombat 1. I don't really know why, especially because he has actual normals. He doesn't solely steal the opponent's moves. So I'm putting this one in broken because, yeah, he should have at least one. Okay, Sektor kicks us off with actual combos finally.
Wins.
Yeah, this one is so sweet. It turns your opponent into a unicorn and then pops them like a balloon. I'll take that. That one is definitely in the insane category for me. Next, we have Jax. This one is kind of tough for me to rank because I love doing these Jax combos. He can use the KAMEO twice in it. He can get a whole ton of damage, but the animation isn't anything special compared to the other animations we'll see. Put this one in good at the upper end, maybe the top, we'll see when I complete this. Next, we have Scorpion KAMEO, and I will try my best not to be biased, but it might be one of the highest damage ones we can possibly get in the game.
Brutality. Melina wins.
You see what I mean? That was sick. Overall, this one's going in insane. I love combos like this. NetherRealm would never forget about Big Daddy Goro. Let's check his out. It's the grab.
Scorpion wins.
A beautiful combo, a beautiful animation. I just like the detail. It's very Goro. This one will also be going in insane for me. Sub-Zero's Cold Shoulder was the one that was added this time around, and I think it's pretty solid. Let's take a peek at it. You can feel the impact of that hit. I mean, it either goes at the top of good or a little bit lower on insane. I'm gonna put that at the top of good for right now. If that was an ambush move, it would be insane, but because it's a summon, it's going at the top of good. The next one is Kung Lao's spin launch, and there's a reason I'm actually back-to-backing this right after Sub-Zero's. So that combo looks sweet, and it looks to be a very similar animation, so you should think they would go right next to each other. It's actually much harder than you think to land that spin with a lot of the cast, just because it starts up slower than Sub-Zero's charge, so when the opponent has a lot of gravity, you're not hitting it, so it's gotta go in the middle of good for me. I just feel like a lot of characters won't be able to get high damage with it. Okay, Stryker's is pretty cool, but it also seems like it took an animation from somebody.
Brutality.
This one will rank at the higher end of good for sure, because I love the way he goes kind of Sonic the Hedgehog mode. He's moving at 1,000 miles an hour, but it almost seems like they took Takeda's animations and just stuck it on Stryker. I don't know. That's my only complaint about it, and it's not all that advanced. I really should have put Darrius after Kung Lao. I think there's one other character that has this similar style, and it tends to be the summon cameos. I'll stick this one right next to Kung Lao. Now, Frost, although a summon and works in a similar way, I think is done much better due to her faster startup. It's her punch walk.
Scorpion wins.
I think the animation was more creative because she freezes the opponent first, and you can actually combo with more than you think using that move, so I like this one. Very bottom of insane for me. Sareena's is straightforward, but I like it because it's kind of trolly. So obviously that was a very standard Sareena combo, and I used it like the summon cameos we've seen before at the end, but you have to remember that move is an invincible wake up, meaning your opponent is trying to continue pressure after knocking you down, thinks, oh, I might get an opening here to win, and then you just pull out that disrespect out of nowhere. This one goes near the bottom of insane as well. I just like to have an invincible wake up one be a brutal. Sonya, in pretty much every way, is like the biggest glow up cameo of MK1. I love hers. Let's check it out.
Brutality.
Tons of damage, very similar to Scorpion's, but you're probably starting to notice that ambush cameos are just better in the top 3 for sure. Tremor rounds us out, and I use Tremors as a summon because I'm a Scorpion main, so I get that luxury, but this one could also be used as an ambush, so keep that in mind. Tremors easily deserves an insane placement. Whoever animated the lava effects did a great job of capturing the essence of lava. Take that with a grain of salt. I've never seen lava in real life. Imagine we got the Ferra one, man. I could have titled this and got like 1 billion views, dude. Anyways, expect another upload from me later today. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll catch you in the next video.